Hey guys, it's Jackie M from Masters of Malaysian Cuisine, and welcome back to our Light Bite series of live broadcasts done in partnership with the Facebook groups Masak Jadi Hari Ini and Rasa, semua, and welcome to everyone for tuning in. Today we have Paul Gray. Paul is based in South Africa, but not only that, he is the co-founder, he's my co-founder of Masters of Malaysian Cuisine. So guys, make sure you say hello to Paul and say hello to us, and let us know where you're watching from. All right. Hey, Paul, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, thanks. And yourself?
Fabulous. And what are you making today? By the way, guys, the reason why we've got keto in the title today is because Paul, for the longest time, has been a bit of a keto dieter. So for those of you who are keto dieters, make sure you share the word out about this particular broadcast. So what are you making, Paul?
So for clarification, I was keto until I met Jackie and she introduced me to Malaysian cuisine. So pretty much. And so what we're doing today is we're making something I found online that actually looked quite interesting, is egg fouillon sort of little pancakes. And it's tricky to describe what they are, but basically what we're going to do is we're just going to have some eggs, some veg in the eggs with a bit of coconut flour to bind everything together, and we're going to chuck them on the pan. And then I'm going to serve it with some other stuff, which I'm going to keep hush-hush about until we serve up. So yeah, that's basically what it is today. Nice, simple, easy, proteiny.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, let's have a look and see what the ingredients are.
Don't we need to run the Tourism Malaysia reel?
That's true. We need to run the Tourism Malaysia. Guys, come down and, like I said, say hello and let us know where you're watching from. Hit us up with any questions. Like I said, Paul is a bit of a keto fiend, and we will see you back in 30 seconds. Hey, now, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Come on. Gotta make a move to get there right now. Somewhere nice so we can get away. Better than the ordinary day. You're my paradise. Malaysia, truly Asia. Yeah, guys. Okay, thanks again for joining us. And again, like I said, we have MOMC's co-founder. You never see Paul Gray on camera. Well, you don't see much of him on camera, really.
Not often enough.
Yeah. But Paul is the guy behind Masters of Malaysian Cuisine. He and I founded the group a year ago. And also, he's the guy who does all the video editing. So if you've been watching our Tourism Malaysia series, Street Food Journeys, Paul does all the editing. Okay, so leave your comments about them for him. During this session. All right, so Paul, show us what sort of ingredients you're using today.
Okay, cool. So let me show you. It's pretty simple. I have a little few.
We have Farah watching from Slovenia. I think, Farah, you are the first Slovenian to ever comment on our broadcast. Welcome. So good to have you. I hope you enjoyed this broadcast. Sorry,
yeah,
Paul.
hope so. No, cool. Yeah, so let's see here. We have obviously the most important ingredient, eggs.
Cool.
I don't know if you can see that. I don't want to drop them out of here. Eggs.
Yes.
Then we have, actually, let me just turn the camera down. We'll pretend that I actually know how to work a camera. Okay, there we go. Scallions or spring onions, depending on which part of the world you're in. Then we have, ignore these for now. They're nobody's business. It's a bit bright. Can you see that? There you go. Coconut flour, which is the binding agent. Then we have spinach, which is actually less than the recommended amount, and it's a whole bowl full. We have some cilantro or coriander or dhania, depending on where you guys come from. And then we have some fish sauce. I really enjoy fish sauce. We have some apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
I feel like it's too bright that you can't read it. Okay. And a little bit of baking soda or bicarbonate of soda, depending on where you're based. And then what I'm going to be using just to like spruce things up in the morning is, let's just get them all in order. Okay, so that's some garlic chives.
Okay. Have you ever used garlic chives before you met me, by the way, Paul? Because I think you were quite confused about what they were originally.
I didn't even know they existed, and I don't even think they stocked them in like our local supermarket.
Okay.
Because like I always scoured the herb section and I never saw them. And then one day, I can't remember, it was one of the recipes Liam and I were doing. And you can make me this full screen if you want. Just
sure.
Thing. Okay. And the one day, I can't remember what recipe it was. Oh, it's totally chopped off. I feel like binging with Dabish. And then the one day I remember Liam, I can't remember what recipe it was. We were doing some cook along, and then I saw garlic chives in the local store, and I was like, okay, I'm cool to use these. And ever since, I love garlic chives. They're a good time.
Cool.
Yeah.
So what else are you using?
Okay, I was going to say, there's two last things. Okay, so these are for topping. We'll pretend these are bird's eye chilies, but I have no clue what they actually are. They're just labeled as... They look a little big, but yeah. The thing is, the local... Yeah, they are, right? Because I've got some in the garden, and like, here's one of mine compared to it. Sorry, there's the camera.
Okay,
so,
sure.
Size-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just labeled as red chilies, and they're like, I don't know, maybe an Aussie dollar a pound, which isn't too bad going.
Wow, that's cheap.
Yeah. And then I just made this last night. Oh no, I've broken the little clip to lift it up. Hold on. Got it. It's a tomato-based sambal.
Oh, nice. That looks good.
Yeah.
How did you make that?
On a wok. I just blended some dried chilies, some garlic, a little bit of oil, a little bit of tomato puree, forgetting some stuff. Blended it, did the whole curry paste thing in the pan till it was like nicely oil separated, and there we have it. Cool. I don't know if there's a better way to make it, but that's how I made it.
That sounds good. That sounds perfect. So anyone who wants to produce their own sambal, it's a lot easier than you actually think. I think a lot of the time people are intimidated by it, but yeah, that's all you need.
It's easier than making chili sauce, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, and then the final thing is radicchio or red cabbage, which I'm just going to put on top with the other stuff, just to keep it sort of, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? It's like sort of a crunch, that fresh crunch that you get from something like that.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, let's get going before we run behind time, because I'm sure my dad is hungry.
Sure.
Okay. I thought it was cool.
It is in your part of the world, everyone. It's breakfast time for Paul. It's nearly dinner time here where I am. So, yeah. Sorry, Paul, go on.
Okay. So, yeah, I was going to say, like, actually, I don't know what I was going to say. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, let us know where you're watching from. I want to know who else is making breakfast.
Annie's watching from the UK. Daisy from the UK. So we have some, this is a good breakfast dish for everyone who's keto inclined.
Even if you're not keto inclined, it's a good time if you're not really interested in something too dense for breakfast. And I know a lot of people don't eat breakfast because it's heavy.
Sure. You're not adding any meat in this, Paul, apart from the fish sauce. Everything is vegetarian. Is that right?
What is vegetarian? It's fish sauce is not vegetarian.
That's what I mean.
Okay. The recipe calls for diced cooked ham, but it's not particularly my fancy, so I just left it out and added a bit more of the veg. But
it's morning in Slovenia, morning in the UK from Annie, and from Daisy. Yeah, sorry, go on.
I actually was looking around for some sort of a meat substitute yesterday.
Yeah.
But I didn't really find anything suitable because I was thinking, cooked ham's got that sort of soft texture. So, I was thinking maybe make some chicken fillets, but it's a bit chewy, and I don't really want chicken for breakfast.
Sure.
Okay, so 6 eggs. And what we're going to do is we're going to add 1/4 of a cup of coconut flour. Actually, I'm going to run this through a sieve. I haven't used this in a while, so it's quite clumpy.
Does anyone else use coconut flour in their cooking? Let us know. I actually bought some coconut flour because I was asked to produce some videos for a health food brand, and I have never used it since. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about how to use it per se.
So basically, so basically the difference between coconut flour and, well, if we run through all the different flours, okay, so obviously wheat flour, gluten, different levels of gluten, but it's going to create something that's nice and stretchy, those types of things. Then you get corn flour, which, is nice and fine. You'll get a very smooth sort of, if you're making a pancake, it'll be a very smooth pancake. It won't be that stretchiness, and it won't be that sort of like, I don't want to say doughiness, but how like it's full bodied with wheat.
Sure.
You don't get that with corn flour. Tapioca is similar, but it's even lighter. Potato is the same, I would say, but it's a little bit stodgier. And then coconut flour is very stodgy. So, coconut flour is one of those things that what I actually do is when I make corn flour pancakes, is I add 2 tablespoons of coconut flour, and it thickens it up.
Okay. Christina's tuning in from Switzerland. Very cool.
Ooh, also breakfast time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll pretend that this is a tablespoon of fish sauce. Might be a little more.
Sure.
It's not going to hurt anybody. And what I'm changing from the recipe, and I hope it doesn't backfire on me, is the recipe says that you should add the baking soda together with the vegetables. And it just sounds a little weird to me because, I'd prefer if the baking soda sort of just got mixed around a bit.
Okay.
Okay, so that I don't mess up the spoon, put the baking soda. Okay, there we go. Not too much. 1/4 of a tablespoon. And then just mix that up. If you're getting apple cider vinegar, it doesn't really matter for what you're using it for. But I like to get the one with the mother enzyme. What you'll do is you'll see if you lift the bottle up at the bottom. Okay, this one's been shaken already, but at the bottom it's got like what almost looks like residue. It looks like pieces of apple. Yeah, and I find that the flavor is a lot
stronger.
Yeah. Okay, 2 tablespoons of ACV.
I went through this phase of drinking apple cider vinegar every morning. It's supposed to be good for you and whatever, and didn't do it. I stopped. Several bottles until I realized, no, I don't feel any different. I don't look any different. So I gave up.
That's funny. I know my dad does. It helps. It actually makes your stomach flat in the morning. That's not the reason he does it, but like it helps with your digestion. Because if you do that like for the rest of the day, you feel lighter. You feel like you're walking on a cloud.
Really? Oh, I didn't take enough. I find it really hard to drink.
It is so like impalatable, if that's the right word.
Yeah, impalatable.
Okay, so let's do that. Okay, what I'm going to do quickly is I'm just going to do the garnish, and then I'm going to come back, do the veg, and then it's time to cook.
Okay. So this is like virtually like an omelette, because it looks to me like it doesn't look any different to me.
It's almost like a frittata more than an omelette because you're putting the stuff in the omelette batter. I don't know if Asian omelettes, you put the stuff into the batter.
No, we don't put any flour in our Asian omelettes. You know what we are eating in Malaysia a lot? A lot of Malaysians will relate to this. Snake beans omelettes. Oh my goodness! I just remembered I bought some snake beans. I'm gonna make some now. Now I'm craving. Snake beans you cut into, or long beans you cut into little like nuggets, and then you fry it up with omelets and then like with some soy sauce. It's very, very simple, very like poor people's food sort of thing. But for whatever reason, it brings back a lot of nostalgic memories.
It sounds like a good time. What else goes into it?
I think that was pretty much it. But there's
Really?
another type of omelet, which is like a sliced onion omelet. And that's another thing that my mom used to make a lot as well. And another way of serving eggs, scrambled egg, kind of like egg omelet with baked beans. When I came to Australia and I saw baked beans, I couldn't believe that Westerners ate baked beans straight out of the can. Because to us in Malaysia, we would cook it with eggs and with tomato sauce and all that. So it was kind of like a dish, you know, like it's never eaten straight out of a can. We have to enhance with all kinds of flavor. I don't know if anyone else has had experience with baked beans that way.
I certainly have not. Used to eat it on toast as a kid.
We never eat baked beans straight, like, you know, or just eat it up.
Do yours come with tomato sauce in the can?
Yeah, tomato sauce in the can, but we would cook it up with ketchup as well, with ketchup and egg omelette, and eat it with rice.
That's very interesting sort of way to do it.
Yeah, I know, right? I think, see, Annie says snake beans or long bean omelets my favorite. I never add flour to it. See, there you go. Thank you, Annie. See, finally, I'm getting Malaysians who recognize like the kind of stuff that we grew up eating.
I was gonna say, because we don't put like anything into our omelets. I'm actually a lazy omelet maker. I literally just scramble some eggs, chuck it in the pan, and let it sit until it's like close to fine, and then I flip it over.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't do the whole, you know, emulsion or whatever it's called method.
I don't know if it's still a thing nowadays, but back in, I'm talking like an old person, but back when I was
nowadays.
yeah, and worked as a waitress, like all the restaurant menus, like their breakfast menu always had an omelette section, and that have like different types of omelets, and like the Aussies were like, oh, I feel like an omelette today and stuff like that. And to me that was really strange. Like it seemed like it's almost like having like a toast section, and you'll have like toast with like bacon and toast with whatever, but they'll have a full omelette menu, and they'll have like omelette with mushrooms, omelette with chicken, and all that sort of stuff. To me that's very strange, because I've never seen omelette as being kind of like a viable breakfast thing.
Clearly you need to come to South Africa, because like every single place that serves breakfast has an omelette section, and you know, it's build your own omelette, or it's like omelette with like, you know, ready-made omelettes, and it's always like stacked with stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even want to know what goes in there
and all that sort of stuff. Do you put cheese in your omelette?
Yeah, not always.
Okay.
I usually I literally put fresh veg, and then that's it. Like what I'm cutting up here, that's usually what goes in my omelette.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, which I think is a bit odd compared to what people usually do.
Okay.
But I find like for me, it's more of just a vessel for things, particularly if I'm eating it in the morning. It's just put some veg in, Bob's your uncle.
Okay. Ham and cheese omelets, a very popular one by Aussies. I remember back in my day. Again, like I said,
South Africa as well.
Is that right?
Yeah. You know what you find is ham and cheese sandwiches, ham and cheese omelets, ham and cheese wraps, ham and cheese croissants.
Oh yeah. Got that too. It's just like sorry, go on.
So in here, I've put the spring onions that I've cut. Just get a bit closer up. Spring onions. Let me just go with a spoon. Spring onions, the radicchio, and the bird's eye chilies. So that's just going to go on top.
Sure. So that's going on the omelette. Okay.
Yeah.
On top of pancake. Gotcha.
Yeah. It's just a nice little topping.
Okay.
Might mix it with something later. We'll see how we go.
Sure. Cool.
Okay, and now let's just see what the camera is. Okay, so here's our mixture, and start off by putting the spring onions in.
Sure.
I still don't know how all of this is going to fit in there.
I don't think it is. You know, like I think the recipe you were looking at called for like frozen spinach, and frozen spinach, because of all the water content, gets heavy.
Must be a lot smaller. Yeah.
So it's all like compact something, whereas yours are like fresh light. So
yeah, let's see if we can, how much we can stuff in here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start off with the coriander.
I found it interesting that your eggs are brown as well, because here in Australia our eggs are brown, but every time I watch Americans cook, their eggs are white. I don't know, in your part of the world, what color your eggs are, everyone. So let us know in the comments.
Ours are brown, but we sometimes do get a white, and then they charge you an arm and a leg more.
Okay. See, in Malaysia, the white eggs are like duck eggs. So when we saw a white egg, we would assume they were duck eggs. But all brown eggs were, all chicken eggs were brown, from memory at least anyway. But here in Australia, they're all brown.
I can't remember what chicken the white eggs come from, because I remember as a kid, they took us to a farm once and showed us.
Okay, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, there's different types of chickens. I think it's those fluffy ones produce white eggs.
Oh, is that right? Okay. Brown eggs in Slovenia, according to Farah. Okay, cool. I'm glad I don't feel so lost now. Annie says the English here eat omelets as well. We eat omelets with rice. To me, I find it really hard to just eat like an omelet that's made with like 5 or 6 eggs. That's like too much egg for me. I feel like it needs something to offset it. But
I was gonna say, you know how many eggs I eat for breakfast in the regular, so
yeah, I do. It's like a running joke between me and Paul. It's like
when you see less than 6 eggs on my plate, you're like, what kind of witchcraft is this?
You're not feeling well today.
Yeah. It's like, are you possessed?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that and that.
I don't know if it's still a thing though, but remember, like we went through a phase where they said too many eggs are bad for you, sort of thing, that you should only be eating 2 eggs a week or something like that. I think they've kind of like dialed back on that.
Ever since keto came into existence. But also, ever since like high protein diets came to like popularity, but also what also what happened is that they used to feed chickens bone meal, or at least in South Africa. I don't know about the rest of the world. And because of that, there was a high cholesterol level in eggs, but like bad cholesterol. And so I don't know who it was, the Farmers Association or Health Association or whatever, at least in South Africa, said that they can't feed bone meal to chickens anymore. And that way, right? I think that's about as
okay, cool.
Much as we're gonna get in there.
So, did you put an egg? No pepper.
Ooh, thanks for reminding me. Okay, so here I got some coarse black pepper.
Cool.
What the recipe called for. I know Liam would disapprove. But I love cracked black pepper.
That's a bit of pepper.
Yeah, that was a lot of pepper, but I like a lot of pepper. I guess that's why pepper and salt are one of the things that you usually find as like condiments, is because not everyone likes their stuff salty or like super peppery.
Yeah. Cool.
But I found peppery like fun.
Yeah. Guys, I'm just gonna pop on camera for a second while Paul
sets up.
Yes, Paul sets up. Guys, if you have been watching our Street Food Journey series, we have some exciting announcements coming up soon about it. But in the meantime, our next 2 episodes are on Kedah and Sarawak. And I'd love to feature you in the show. If you watch any of the episodes at all, at the end we have a segment where we bring on our guests, like whether they're our chefs from Masters of Malaysian Cuisine or someone from our cooking community, and you just come on camera and just say, you answer the question, when I think of this place, I think of these dishes. Okay, so probably suited to people who are originally from those places that we're covering for the episode, but doesn't have to be. Okay, so if you're up for it, pull out your camera, have it on landscape, not vertical, and just film yourself and just say, hi, I'm so and so. Hi, I'm Jackie M, and I was originally from Penang. When I think of Penang, I think of blah 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 dishes. Okay, so if you want to be in our show, the show gets distributed by Tourism Malaysia Australia and also by us as well. Then go ahead and film it and send it through to me. But Kedah, we're working on right now, and we need your content right away. So pull out your camera, film it, and send it to me. Okay. Thanks, guys.
So I know you get bihun soup. You get oh, sorry, you're not asking me to list them. Never mind.
You sound like a Kedah native there, Paul, with your knowledge.
What can I say? I watched enough of Kedah already. It's almost like I'm sitting in a river eating a meal.
Hint, hint.
Yeah. But only you guys will find out if you tune in on Sunday.
Yeah, tune in on Sunday, 9 p.m. Sydney, 1 p.m. Europe, and 7 p.m. Malaysia, and you'll get to find out. But like I said, Paul doesn't appear on camera very much, but he's the guy who's behind all the episodes of Street Food Journeys. So
yeah.
Just give me a second, Paul. I just need to pick up a call, so you can talk away.
Okay. Sorry, guys, I was a little far away from camera right there. I forgot to cut the garlic chives, so those are busy going. Okay, let's see.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Oh, that was quick. I hadn't even thought of what to say yet.
Now, for those who don't know, I've got a special needs kid, and he's sick at the moment. So I just have to pick up any calls that come through in case it's something urgent. But it seems to be nothing. But yeah.
You know, this is the first for me. It's the first time I'm actually turning this thing off of high.
Okay. How much did you pay for that little pang stove, Paul? Because here in Australia, they used to be quite cheap.
About $20 Aussie, $22, I don't know.
Okay, so that'll be about $18 American, thereabouts? Or...
Yeah, 16 to 18 bucks.
Okay, sure. Those of you who only have
let's test this out.
This is a good thing to pick up. Did you grease it already, or are you just cooking it dry?
Yeah. No, I greased already. But these are non-stick pans, so it'd be fine either way.
Sure.
But I just like to, what I usually do is when it's cold, I just rub oil around it. And with these pans, when you turn it on, it just sort of like, I want to say seeps into it. So you don't have to worry too much about
that. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's a good size.
Sure. That recipe you showed me had like these omelets really like beautifully shaped sort of thing. I wonder if they use molds for it. They probably,
I suppose they must.
Yeah. Do you have any egg molds or any kind of mold?
I do, but they're a little small for our purposes today. So
fair enough.
Yeah, would have these weird little. Also, I'm worried they'd be too thick.
Yeah, sure. That's cool.
I don't know, the one thing I have to say is the bicarb and egg don't smell good together.
Do you have baking powder? Baking powder has an extra ingredient to bicarb sort of thing.
Really? Okay, no, because with us, bicarb and baking powder is interchangeable.
Okay, South Africa for you.
Sorry, did I say powder?
Baking powder, baking powder.
Baking soda. Yeah, no, this is baking soda. That's what the recipe called for, yeah.
Okay, sure. Fair enough.
Yeah. I've got some, I was going to say I've got some baking powder here, but I've got a lot of baking powder.
Yeah.
Check out that big packet. This is like the most popular brand in South Africa.
Wow. What do you use it for?
Pancakes.
Cool.
I know that, like, yeah, the Afrikaans community particularly are a big baking community.
All right.
Like all of their dishes are just carbs everywhere. Like there's this dish called melkkos, which basically translates to milk food. And basically it's just flour and milk and sugar mixed together until you make like this clumpy sort of porridgey liquid.
Okay.
And they eat that with like savory stuff at night.
Okay.
I know our neighbor invited us over once for that. I was like, this is actually a dish.
You know, we Malaysians would use a lot more oil than what you're doing there.
Really? I know, but this isn't a wok.
Yeah, but still.
It's a non-stick pan, so what's the point of having so much oil?
Oil is delicious. Am I right, guys?
Yes, oil is delicious.
You want it
Ghee is
fried.
even more delicious.
Oil.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually this recipe called for ghee, and I was tempted to buy, but like ghee is so expensive. I don't know if it is by you guys.
It is very expensive.
Damn. Okay, so I think this should be another minute or two.
Cool.
Just have a look. No, I want that to brown up a little more. So I must say it's quite an easy recipe to do first thing in the morning. You know, It doesn't require much anything really. I mean, just so long as you can chop these things up. Like this is actually easier than the breakfasts I usually make in the morning.
Is it really?
Yeah. You've seen the breakfast somewhere.
Who don't know, Paul cooks at home, and he doesn't do anything by halves. He like really goes all out for all his meals.
Maybe. We'll not talk about the coconut seafood curry soup thing I had for lunch yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I had burgers for supper, so I don't know if you guys would approve, but I love burgers. So if you look here, what we have is I've added the garlic chives. I know you guys know, but Jackie doesn't because she was off screen for that one small second. So yes, I forgot the garlic chives and now they're back in. Okay, let's hope for the best. Oopsie.
Farah in Slovenia says she uses oil, but she uses mostly olive oil, and now she uses it for all her Asian dishes too.
Olive oil in your Asian dishes. Where's Uncle Roger when you need him?
I think it's fine, but yeah, I feel compelled to advise you to add a lot more oil.
You know, because it's
when you come to Australia.
I was gonna say because it's supposed to be healthy, we won't add more oil. Just
But
roll
keto
with it.
is oil friendly though, isn't it?
Keto is,
Keto loves oil though.
but not vegetable oils.
Okay, then why not use some
Butter.
butter? Yeah.
Okay, you're the boss.
I'm just saying. You don't have to.
No, you insist.
Who
But I'm
feels
also on the mood for butter.
pancakes need more oil, guys?
Yes. I was gonna say if I wasn't cooking, I'd set up a poll on the thing. But actually, I could probably do that right now. While we're here, let's see if I can set up a poll.
Who says polls? Yeah, pancakes need more oil. It'll cook a lot faster too. This feels to me like it's taking a bit longer than it needs to.
Probably. I've also got it set really low. Yes. No. Okay. I have no clue where this poll shows up or what it does, but let's find out. Am I supposed to save this first? Okay, there we go. Save, create. Come on, publish it. Activate poll. Why is it so complicated? This is supposed to be for a live stream. Performing query error. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, there it's going. It's going. Okay, if you can see it, please vote. We're trying out new things. Okay, you know what I'm going to do is... Okay, those don't look too bad.
Cool.
I'm going to turn the camera now. Let me just get some more on, and I can show you guys how to plate them. Because that is basically it. Then we're done.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wait, I forgot the butter. Oh, it has to be winter, didn't it? Even my strength can't.
You need
Let me get
strong
it
fingers.
I need to work out my fingers at the gym.
Really?
Okay, there we go. Okay, so who in the house? Okay.
But I feel better now.
Is this calming your oil or whatever you want to call it blues?
Yep.
And even the pancakes enjoying it better. Can't you see how it's bubbling?
Exactly. That's what I mean.
There goes any health aspirations. Although the butter's good. Butter is a good time.
Yeah, but butter is delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Butter is delicious.
I was going to say butter is one of my favorite snacks.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So now let's give it.
Annie agrees with me. A little bit of butter will make the pancakes taste nice.
That is correct.
Uh-huh. Yeah, those look like they could have used more.
Don't worry. The next batch will have even more, guys. Don't worry. Okay. Now what we're going to do is let's plate up what we do have. I seem to have misplaced the other now. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of this down.
And it cooks faster too, definitely. Thank you, Annie.
Plus, I'll turn the heat up.
Yeah, and Farah says yeah for butter. Thank you, guys. I think,
team butter.
Yeah, team butter has it. So I think the sambal is what's going to make the difference with this keto pancakes dish. So
Yep.
Tell us the ingredients for your sambal again.
Okay, so this is a super simple sambal, I think. I don't even know. I'm not very acquainted with the different types of sambal. But basically what's in this sambal is dried chilies, garlic, a little bit of tomato puree, some other stuff. I have no clue. And a little bit of oil. And that is it. And then I blended it up and I cooked it down in the wok, and that's it.
Cool.
Yeah. So theoretically, the sambal's keto too. Like I can't think of any ingredient in here that has carbs or a lot of carbs.
Sure.
So I'm gonna actually promote that. I'm gonna be like keto sambal, even though I think sambal is naturally keto. Look at how these guys are looking.
Cool. See, much faster. And they look better as well. They look more substantial.
Also, the first pancakes are always mediocre.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's just a white thing.
Much better.
Okay, I think I flipped that one a bit earlier. But yeah, there we go. There we go. Not bad, not bad. Okay, distract the audience while I quickly go get my camera so we can put this on the thing.
I just bring myself back on exit solo layout. Guys, thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to sign up at malaysianchefs.com/join today. if you want this recipe and all our recipes. I email everyone the recipes as we get them. So make sure you sign up. And by the way, guys, I know for those of you who signed up to our mailing list through Street Food Journeys, we have a new idea about the bonus content, which we're going to announce very, very soon. I just need to get a few people to help me set them up. But essentially, if you watch all our episodes of Street Food Journeys, what you actually see gets aired is only a fraction of the kind of content that we have. Say, for instance, if we had an interview that ran for 15 minutes, we would have trimmed it down to only 3 minutes, but there's still a lot of good stuff in the remainder that we couldn't fit into these episodes. Same with the cooking segments. You know, we had to cut and trim a lot of it, and some of it we had to exclude altogether. But we have all that already to show you. But make sure you sign up at malaysianchefs.com/join today or malaysianchefs.com/streetfoodjourneys, and we'll tell you soon how we're going to access it. All right. Originally, I was going to actually create a login for you to go to a membership area. I think that's too complicated. We're going to simplify it. Okay. And also, you get all our recipes from the series, and also the e-magazine that's going to come out at the end of the series. Okay, so I'm really excited to show them to you guys, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Okay, Annie says, apart from the sambal, what's the garnishing, Paul?
Okay, so the garnish is, what did I say it was again? Okay, so the garnish is bird's eye chilies, bit of radicchio, which is red cabbage, garlic chives, and what's something else? Oh yeah, spring onions. So yeah, real simple. I was gonna mix it with some oil, but I think by itself it's fine.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, let me just make a delivery quickly while we are able to, and then I'm gonna flip those, and then we can eat them and see what they're like, if they're any good.
Cool.
What's up? What's up? And while I was making that delivery, I bumped into a certain somebody.
Paul is a cat person, by the way, for those of you who don't know. I like dogs myself. I'm a dog person. Paul's a cat person.
I'm an animal person, but cats are a good time.
That's what he says, but he actually is just into cats.
Hey, I might take over the world with cats.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Aren't you happy? Was that not cool? Are you not entertained? Okay, next is plating up for myself and then giving it a try. And on a scale of, I'm wondering, I don't know, the bar coffee smell is not making me the happiest, but maybe it tastes better than it smells. Okay.
Annie says, I love cats, Paul.
Yay! Team cat.
I'm allergic to
cats. Oh, that's a valid excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, they're mean.
Clearly, you haven't met Apache. She's the sweetest little cat you're ever going to meet. Unless you're wearing socks, then your ankles are gone.
Yeah, I don't fancy cats first. Their fur sticks all over you.
That too. Particularly because I have cat allergies.
Yeah, exactly. The funny thing about cat people is that they don't realize that their clothes have got cat fur all over them. So they just like, you know, they don't notice it, but other people notice it.
Yeah. Especially people with cat allergies. Okay, so here we go.
Okay, cool. Nice. Sure.
I should probably not move this thing while it's on.
Don't forget to take some photos before you demolish the next batch, Paul.
Don't worry, I already did.
Farah is allergic to cats and prefers dogs. Yay, there you go. We have something in common.
You're going to start an animal war here.
Yeah, the cat people versus the dog people.
Okay. Yeah, you can see my face. Let's get in there. Okay, I totally just like spilled everything off the pancake. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
It's really good. Like a simple but tasty.
Okay.
The thing is, the one thing I realized I forgot was a bit of salt into the eggs.
In where? In the pancake batter?
Yeah, I can taste it now.
Fish sauce. You have fish sauce, but maybe.
But it needs another. I think it needs. Well, I put twice the amount that the lady in the recipe said, but
Okay.
it needs like maybe either chicken powder or salt. You know, because I think the fish sauce is good.
Definitely.
But it needs like another type of salt.
I vote chicken powder.
Who else votes chicken powder?
We should put out an MOMC chicken powder.
All right.
Oh, Jackie M chicken powder.
I feel like I keep pulling everything off of here.
Oh my god.
Okay. Let me take another bite. Okay, this is way too big of a bite, so don't judge me.
All right. So how is the coconut flour in it?
You can't even taste it.
And he says sprinkle some soy sauce over it. That's a good idea.
That's not bad. Not bad. I'll give it a try now.
You can't taste the flour in it, so it's more like an omelet straight out. Do you mean?
Yeah, it tastes very eggy. Like
Okay.
it tastes like an egg.
Okay.
Let's see. It tastes like an egg with a little bit of. The funny thing is, you can taste the bicarb more than you can taste the.
Taste the what? Sorry?
The bicarb.
Oh, okay. Okay,
the baking soda.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, you can taste it more than you can taste the coconut flour.
Okay.
And coconut flour isn't actually very there.
Do you wish you hadn't added the bicarb?
I think in future baking powder.
Okay.
Because baking powder will make it puff up as well, but it won't have as strong a taste, and you can use less.
Yeah. Because I'm not sure the point of the bicarb, the soda bicarbonate. But yeah, definitely baking powder would have worked, I think, because that would have made it puff up, I would imagine. Yeah. All right. Well, there you go, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, everyone. Paul is actually filling in for me on short notice. I really appreciate it. I was supposed to cook, but like I said, my son's been sick for over a week, and they won't let him go to school, so he's been ruining my my work life, my work schedule for the last few days, and I had to get him to step in. So thank you so much for this. That looks better. I like the look of it around it. But don't forget to take photos of it. And guys, if you want this recipe, make sure you sign up again at malaysianchefs.com/join today. And also, don't forget this coming Sunday, we are featuring kedah, which is known as the rice bowl of Malaysia, because kedah is where all the rice fields are located that feed like Malaysia and more. All right. But what is kedah actually famous for? Anyone can think of famous kedah dishes? Let me know. All right. And thanks again so much for joining us, guys. Really appreciate your company, and we shall see you on our next broadcast coming up in 2 days, which will be another Light Bites broadcast. Okay. Have a great rest of the day, rest of the evening, and I will see you later on. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Paul.
Bye, everyone. Pleasure.
Ha ha ha!